So you've come to try and find out if running dual destiny or grinding the pale heart is really worth it for all those exotic class items that you're trying to get, especially that one combination that every hunter is trying to look for. You know what I'm talking about. You'll likely wonder, is this something that's really worth the grind? Now think about it. When you run dual destiny, you have a 1 in 64 chance to get the exact item that you're searching for. And maybe you're searching for more than one, so that chance is more likely than others. However, once you hyper focus on that one exotic item, sometimes your luck just gets away from you. And just imagine running dual destiny, which is about a 20 to 30 minute activity over and over, just to get one exotic class item guaranteed, and you're on class item number 106, and this still another duplicate while you still have 5 left to go. And don't forget, this is just on one character. Now to me, that really makes it not worth it to farm from class items. However, the perks on these class items, especially for certain guardians, are good enough to try and aim for a good roll, like Star Eaters on Warlock, or a Caliban's Liar Handshake Hunter build, which seems kind of boring to be honest. These rolls are actually a little bit lackluster for the time effort that you put into going for them, because the average player isn't going to farm out Dual Destiny multiple times or the Pale Heart for almost an hour just to get 1 to 2 drops every day when there is an entire remaining portion of the game to go for. So you'll likely almost never see that drop for about a year. And then there's the hardcore fan base that goes over and over and potentially use macros just to get that drop that they're looking for, and still don't see it after farming hundreds of items. This also leads me to believe that it's a little bit lackluster because the majority of this is melee focused, except for if you're a warlock. So it kind of doesn't matter. Prismatic is almost like a melee focused subclass, but you can only really use one melee on each of the characters to make it viable. So all the build crafting that you want to do isn't really that great because you only have a select few abilities for your grenades as well as your melee. If Bungie were to unlock more abilities, it'll make it more reasonable for you to go in and get some of these items. What we also need is more transcendent ability options, which it looks like if you were to look at the class item, Bungie leaves space for them to expand on transcendent abilities. However, maybe in the future we could do something like mixing and matching certain grenades to make our own build crafting grenade combination to actually want to go into transcendence a lot more. Because for me, especially on Titan, I utilize transcendence to just refresh my melee, which is already hitting hard because of Surrounded. I really just want to get my melee back to just smash again. And to be honest, the consecration setup is a little wonky because you have to go forward and hit in a line, and it's not really that fun compared to just meleeing off of Hunter using grapple melee. So just if they give more fragments in the future or aspects or abilities, I think that's something that would help the exotic class items shine a lot more, especially because you can only use them on the prismatic class. I also think Bungie should do something like, if they were to add more perks to these exotic class items, they do something like add old artifact mods that the community enjoyed back then, however dumb them down a little bit to make it feel good for the class and feel good to farm hundreds of hours for the combination of these exotic class items. For this season, what the effects it does for snipers as well as ignitions, let's see it sometime in the future have a dumbed down version of it to make us want to farm for this specific role, for us to utilize it in in-game content. Because to be honest, as Hunter, all I'm going to ever want to use is Celestial Nighthawk and Still Hunt, even when you nerf the steel hunt in the future. It's no reason to do anything but swap into this build for a hunter and then swap back to whatever class item that you have or the super, and then just continue about your day. Exotic class items as they are now pretty much are good for the early to mid game play, and the early to mid game level characters do not know or want to play Dual Destiny, and that lies the problem. What I also think they should add to Dual Destiny is more rewards like enhancement cores or seasonal engrams to make it more advantageous than farming the Pale Heart, because you get more resources, you get Pale Heart engrams, you get levels, and you could just reset your rank and get more materials, and it makes it just, why would somebody want to play Dual Destiny if they could farm? Better yet, they could macro, and it's just easier than doing Dual Destiny. Just give us an avenue. Or maybe they should add something like one column focusing to where you only focus one perk per whatever column. And it depends on whatever rank or prestige rank you are in whatever Dual Destiny related vendor or something along those lines, to where you could just focus on a specific class item whenever you're at the very end of Dual Destiny, and you have kind of how it was for Onslaught and Into the Light. You have a more of a chance to get that perk to drop to where it's, one, people will want to do Dual Destiny, and two, you could get the abilities and the perks that you want, and maybe expand upon this in the future. And something that they should also expand upon in the future is give class abilities transcendent, or give class abilities the perks that amplifies transcendence more or are more transcendent specific, especially because you can only use this for prismatic. Because why am I going on to Titan to go invisible if there's nothing that synergizes with it with the build? Like, give us something, because only something like getting more class ability synergizes with that build. And what am I going to do with thrusters? Just go to the side more or use another shield, because I don't have hazardous propulsion on, so it's no point in using my shield. Just give us more with transcendence, and I feel like that would fix the flow for these exotic class items. And if you guys have more, leave some of your opinions down low. And if you are looking to see how to farm the best, I have two videos, one for Dual Destiny and one for the Pale Heart. And the Pale Heart one has a very good AFK method. Check that out. You guys have been really good in helping me smash my watch hours for this year. And I just got a little bit more to go just to be able to do this more often for you guys. So just help me out by giving this video a like. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.